Okay, I don't think I've done this yet, but let me look at my cabinet. So I have Prime Minister Franz... hang on a second, let me check something. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I have Prime Minister Franz von Calvelert, Social Conservative. I have Foreign Minister Hubert Pirlot, also Social Conservative. I have Economy Minister Albert Waters, or Albert Waters. I think it's pronounced, yes, Albert Waters. He is my Economy Minister, and he's a Social Democrat. And then we have Francois Beauvais, and he is the Minister of Interior, and he's a Social Conservative. So yeah, that's basically my cabinet. Same one that, I believe it's the same one that existed ever since I had the elections. So that's pretty cool. So who else is in the Reichspakt? Okay. Well, the only country to leave the Reichspakt was Ukraine, but other than that, Germany gained Sweden as a member. And outside of Europe, there's Cuba, which is a member of the Reichspakt. And of course, Belgium is back in the Reichspakt. But yeah, Cuba's in the Reichspakt too. Germany's colonies and protectorates are, of course, also in the Reichspakt. So yeah. Oh, Hawaii's in the Reichspakt too. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so what's going on in South Asia? Apparently, Nepal is a puppet of the Bharatiya Commune. Interesting. And the leader of Nepal is Kunwar Iderjit Singh, or Kunwar Iderjit Singh. Interesting. So Nepal is syndicalist, but the Bharatiya Commune is totalist. And the Union of Burma is radical socialist. But they're an ally, not a puppet, of the Bharatiya Commune. And they're at war with the Princely Federation. And so is the Dominion of India under Ganga Singh. So there's two Singhs right next to each other. One in India, one in Nepal. Who's the Prime Minister of India? Okay, interesting. I haven't seen the Dominion of India under a social liberal government in a while. That's pretty interesting. Okay. So now the Socialist Republic of Italy is at war with the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. And Norway has just joined the Entente. That's interesting. And Norway is under a social democratic government, but Magnus Nilsson is the prime minister. In our world, Johan Nygaardsvold was prime minister, but in this playthrough of Kaiserreich, it's Magnus Nilsson who's prime minister, also a social democrat. But the ruling party is the NSA, not the Arbeiderpartiet, so maybe, I guess there was a split in the Kaiserreich world between those two parties, I think. So this is the faction map as it stands. Maybe Ireland will join the Reichspakt at some point. I don't know. And the Netherlands could join in the future, too. And Denmark usually does after the start of the Second Weltkrieg. The Ottoman Empire calls for aid. I'm not interested. They seem to be doing pretty good anyway. Can we send this guy here? Okay. And it looks like the Kingdom of Spain is going to be winning the Spanish Civil War. And Mexico is now at war with Central America. Why don't we fix this thing with Paraguay, because it's kind of bugging me. Okay, there. Now Paraguay is no longer a puppet state of Chile. Which really doesn't make any sense, considering they have no border. But let's go back to Belgium. Okay. Okay, Russia annexed Azerbaijan. Are they going to try and take Armenia next? Who knows? Okay. I'll save my political power for something else. Okay, the rest of the Internationale is getting into a war with the two Sicilies, so they don't stand much of a chance, to be honest, which sucks, but it is what it is. Looks like East Turkestan is about to take over all of Xinjiang province. And the Kuomintang has come to power in Yunnan under Zhu Piadet. Okay. Let's go to this place. Fund Catholic education. Catholic education is the foundation of our excellent education system and should only be further expanded, reaching even more students. Effect gains national spirit Catholic education reform, which grants research speed plus 5.00%. Okay. I already covered what's going on in Yunnan, which is now known as the Kunming National Government. But looks as if the Qing Empire is at war with the Federalists. The war against the Mok is still going on. Okay, I've never seen this leader of Mongolia before. Interesting. Danrang Belgig... Okay. I can do this. Dansran Bilegen Dogson. He is the leader of Mongolia, but I've never seen him before since the new update. Interesting. Apparently he's one of the leaders that can take power after the Mongolian Social Democratic Revolutionaries take over the country. So that's pretty cool. Okay. It looks like Russia's going to take over Armenia soon. Oh, interesting. The sovereigntists dominate Middle Africa. So it looks like Middle Africa under Hermann von Goering could, break off from Germany. That's interesting. I'll go with Renard as my fighter manufacturer. I'll pick Fabrique Nationale as my infantry equipment manufacturer when I get enough political power. And it's a new year, 1939. Okay, it looks like there's a civil war in Greece between the Kingdom of Greece and the Hellenic Socialist Republic. And the Hellenic Socialist Republic is led by Nikos Zachariadis, as always. Okay, Russia next to Georgia. And Russia should be going to war with the Turkestan Khanate soon. Let me build some civilian factories, but also build some military factories as well. Wait, how does the Commune of France have military access to the Pacific States of America, the Kingdom of Spain, and the Princely Federation? That's weird. Oh, interesting. Siam is social democratic. That's pretty cool. East Turkestan has emerged victorious. That's pretty cool. And it looks like Japan went national populist. And now they're at war with the Philippines. And it looks like Lithuania is still in the Reichspakt, despite being under a national populist government, which is weird. And White Ruthenia is under a social democratic government, but I don't know where the cabinet is. That's weird. Okay, now the Feng Tian government declared war on the Qing Empire. Okay, there it is, the 5th Bajili Feng Tian War. Okay, it looks like they're already getting close to Beijing. I don't know, the Qing Empire doesn't stand a chance, but with them being at war with both the Federalists and the Feng Tian government. Okay, Beijing has fallen, and so has Rome. Just a few days after each other. It's not looking good for the two Sicilies. And it looks like Now the Shaanxi clique is getting in on the action, and they're at war with Qing. Interesting. Yeah, they stand no chance. And it looks like Anqing is at war with Shangqing Tianguo. Interesting. Okay, large state investments. New jobs will have to be created to recover from the economic crisis, and this can only be done by large investments by the state. Wallonia, add 1 building slots, add 1 civilian factory. Flanders, add 1 building slots, add 1 civilian factory. Interesting. Okay, apparently I can't go down either one of these military trees, because the Germans took me over again, so... It looks like these have been bypassed. A fleet of our own, and Masters of the Skies. So, yeah, those have been bypassed, I guess. Interesting. Sucks I can't do any of the military stuff, but whatever. It's interesting, Serbia is under a social liberal government, yet they're allied with national populist Romania. That's weird. Middle Africa blocks our investments. Our economic empire in German Africa has just been seized by the Middle African government. Apparently not content with simply seizing our political influence in that area, Middle Africa has recently undergone a crusade against our economic influence in the area. With this, our hands in Africa are finally and completely cut off. Damn the Statthalter. Remove national spirit African investments. Gain base stability minus 4.00%. Okay. That sucks. Damn you. Oh, but what's going on? Okay, the Bharatiya Commune and the Dominion of India have split up the Princely Federation. All that's left are the princely states of Mysore and Travancore. And Madras as well. And I think Madras was already an independent republic. But the princely states that rebelled were Mysore and Travancore. Apparently Chile is invading Central America. That's interesting. Okay. Looks like the Australasian Guard have taken over in Australasia. Looks like the Socialist Republic of Italy took over the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. And in China, the Fangtian have completely taken over the lands of the Qing Empire. And it looks like Shaanxi took back eastern Shaanxi. Interesting. So, who knows if Feng Tian will be able to unify China. Okay, Mexico annexed the Central American Republic. Let me just see something with Mexico. The fate of Central America. Let me just see something. Yeah, I always find it more cool when the different countries are released independently. Yeah, the AI never does that, but I always find it cooler when, like, the different Central American countries, after Central America is taken over, I always find it cool when their new masters puppet the different countries in Central America. So, I don't know, that's interesting. There we go. There we go. Okay, Brazil has joined the Reichspakt. And I've noticed that... Okay. I've noticed that usually when Brazil goes social democratic under Jean Mangabeira, I notice when that happens, Brazil almost always joins the Reichspakt. And oftentimes when Getulio Vargas comes to power, he will also, as leader of Brazil, have Brazil join the Reichspakt. Whereas the Empire of Brazil usually joins the Entente, or sometimes I've even seen them go to war with the West Indies Federation. And there's Gordon James Latham. He's now the leader of the West Indies Federation. Yeah, where's the cabinet? That's weird. It looks like Haiti took over all of Hispaniola once again. And Louis Borno is still president. And the West Indies Federation also owns Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So, those really should be two different states, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to choose Brussels Trucks, specializing in civilian transport like buses and trains. With the right funds and support from our government, we can further expand their military tricking capabilities. So it's only a 35-day focus. I think I'll just assign... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like mixing things up. I'll assign King Leopold III to lead these armies. I may have mentioned this already, but he really should not be named Leopold III here. He should be named Leopold, Duke of Brabant. I think I've already mentioned that, though, but whatever. Okay. Because I think I mentioned this before, but Duke of Brabant is basically like the heir to the Belgian throne, like Prince of Wales in the United Kingdom. Okay, let me trade with... Who should I trade with? Okay, I'm going to trade for aluminium with Germany. And I'll trade tungsten with... I guess I could trade with Portugal. And how about trade chromium with the Ottoman Empire? Okay, I'll trade oil with Venezuela. Shoot, I guess I can't do that. I guess I don't know, whatever. It looks like the Ottoman Empire is finally invading Egypt. Oh, and it looks like Armenia submitted to Russia, and now Armenia is a puppet state of Russia. Okay, it looks like the legation cities have joined the co-prosperity sphere, led by Japan. And Canada has declared war on the Combined Syndicates of America. That's pretty interesting. I haven't really seen them do that. I don't think I've ever seen Canada declare war on the Combined Syndicates of America. I've only seen that, I think, one other time. So it looks like New England could reclaim some of these, states here in the Northeast. And yeah, and it looks like, and of course the Pacific States of America, they have a lot of support. They have volunteers from like all over North America and the world. They have a lot of support from like Europe, South America, and North America. And Hiram Johnson is president of the Pacific States of America. And it looks like Japan's at war with the Dutch East Indies now. So this means that the Netherlands is probably going to go to war with Japan soon. And Nico Pilar is the Governor General of the Dutch East Indies. Okay, so what now? Let me go for FRC investments. Or should I... think we're gonna go with Fund Cimentire et Briqueterie Réunie. Or I could go with expand the Antwerp harbor. We control one of the biggest ports in Europe and are a vital lifeline for Middle Europe imports. Expanding our docks and improving our infrastructure around Antwerp would be a huge boon for our recovery. And this will give me in Flanders 2 building slots and 2 naval dockyards. Look at all this land Yemen conquered. That's interesting. Probably not going to keep it though. Oh, there we go. That's the biggest Ottoman Empire probably ever in Kaiserreich, even though they usually almost always turn these lands into puppet states. Okay, I don't know why Canada isn't, like, just invading right into North Dakota and Minnesota, as well as Michigan and Wisconsin, because they can do that. I don't know why they're not, though. Okay, now they're invading into Minnesota, so the combined syndicates of America should capitulate soon. Well, not soon. Shouldn't happen soon, but it would happen eventually, because basically the combined syndicates are surrounded on all sides. Basically, the combined syndicates of America are surrounded on all sides by enemies, so basically only stands to reason they'd capitulate eventually. And it looks like Finland became national populist. I don't know if I ever pointed that out before. It looks like the Commune of France is justifying against us, so that's not surprising. And what's going on in Spain? Oh, the Kingdom of Spain has volunteers from Germany, Sweden, Russia, and Cuba. Interesting. And Karl of Spain only has help from Austria. And it makes sense, because Javier I and Karl I are brothers-in-law, so guess they're helping out each other. Yes. In-laws helping each other out, what can I say? And of course the Internationale is helping out CNTFIA, including Chile, which was the first, in the Kaiserreich timeline, Chile was the first, I think it was one of the, okay, well in the Kaiserreich world, Patagonia was the first Latin American socialist country, but Chile was the second. But aside from Patagonia, Chile was like the first already established Latin American country to become socialist in the Kaiserreich world. So that's basically that. Okay. I gotta say, these are some interesting borders that Turkestan has. It's interesting, to say the least. Okay. I'll trade for tungsten with... I'll trade with Portugal. No, I'm already trading with Portugal. I'll trade with India, the Dominion of India. No, I'll trade with Germany East Asia instead. I'm going to try and trade oil with Venezuela. Now it worked. This. I've never seen this faction before, so apparently... This is interesting. So apparently Argentina and Paraguay... so it looks like Argentina and Paraguay, more specifically the Argentine Commune and the Socialist Republic of Paraguay, have formed their own faction, the Estados Socialistas de América. That's interesting. And they're both totalists, so it makes sense, but I've never seen this faction before. And Chile's still in the Third Internationale, which seems to be more oriented around syndicalism as opposed to totalism / communism. Well, totalism basically is closer to communism. And some totalists basically are communists in the Kaiserreich world, but not all. And the only totalist member of the Third Internationale is the Union of Britain. Let me move this guy here. Okay, so it is the 1st of August, 1939. I am 3 years and 7 months into the game. And, okay, so I've basically done most of what I wanted to do with Belgium. I tried to be independent, but I couldn't. Maybe another playthrough, and I'll make Belgium independent from Germany. But I guess this time it didn't work. But other than that, I've basically done everything I wanted to do with Belgium. And maybe in the future, I'll do some of the other political paths and play again as Belgium and see what I can do. But for now, I'm happy with what I've done. And I don't really feel like playing through the Second Weltkrieg, so I'll just save here. And yeah. I'll probably play again as Belgium in the future, but for now, this is it. So I hope everyone enjoyed. So my score is 5/50th. Leader Albert I. Ideology Paternal Autocrats. Government Paternal Autocrat. Ruling Party Flemish Council. Alright. That's all.